I was muted this entire time. I'm so okay. Thank you. Yeah. So tornado warning currently in effect for the Oklahoma Panhandle. Um, Again, that's the Oklahoma Panhandle, Logan, Oklahoma. Here you can see the rotation there. It's rather tight, decently strong. It looks like it is ramping up here. I'm pulling up radar scope. You guys won't be able to see it. I'm trying to see the history of this storm. I just went live. I haven't been paying attention, and radar scope's kind of being annoying too. Yeah, no, the rotation is continuing to ramp up. There was another area of rotation earlier. However, it is being replaced by another mesocyclone. It appears this being the new mesocyclone. So, again, there is a confirmed tornado currently on the ground. If you live in the affected area, please take shelter immediately. That is Logan, Oklahoma. Confirmed tornado. Severe thunderstorm also being warned for 2.75-inch hail. But obviously the tornado is more of an immediate threat at this current moment. Um, Radar indicated rotation. Interesting. I'm not sure why it says radar indicated because it has the observed polygon. It's weird. I guess it's not observed. That's funny. I don't know why GR2 analyst does that. Let me see. When was it observed? Yeah, it was observed a little bit earlier. Um, I wish I could see download recent data, see if that will help. Sorry about my dog in the background. He's currently eating. Oh yeah, I think you can kind of tell there, sort of. There's a correlation coefficient drop, sort of. Kind of misaligned. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, look at that. Not only there's that tornado report earlier. But you can see that very broad, very strong rotation there. Also, it does appear that there was a oh, never mind, that's just clear air. Okay, sweet. Oh, that's how I change the tilt with my I can change the tilt with my arrow keys. I didn't even realize that. That's awesome. Okay, yeah, now the warning's updated. New warning. No longer confirmed tornado. But um again, that is Logan, Oklahoma, but tornado warning has been extended for Slap Out, Oklahoma. Again, if you live in the affected areas, please take shelter immediately. Thankfully, it doesn't appear to be on the ground as the rotation passes right over Logan, Oklahoma. So oh, there does appear to be another tornado warning in Ohio, actually. So we're gonna go take a look at that. I don't know why my radar's doing this. It tends to be weird whenever I try to go long distances with it. I really don't know why radar scope does this, but it's kind of annoying. That is also a terminal radar. Oh man, there's really not good coverage for anything today. Oh yeah. You can see that rotation there. You can see uh very classic hook shape, area of rotation, wide inflow channel in that rotation. It is kind of far from the radar site though, so uh might be a little bit difficult to get exact information on it. But tornado warning does remain in effect for Batesville, Miltonsburg, Bealsville, Summerfield, Louisville, Woodsfield, um, Stafford, Garysville, uh, Antioch, I think. Um, what's that? Malaga, Ohio. Again, tornado warning in effect for those regions. I think the biggest areas of which being Summerfield, Louisville, Woodsfield, and Miltonsburg, and tornado warning in effect for a portion of Ohio. Keep an eye on that. There's another tornado warning, actually. Another tornado warning just got issued further to the north in northern Ohio, a little bit closer to the radar site. It's for this storm right here. Look at that. Another tornado warning now issued for East Rochester, Hanoverton, Winona, Homeworth, Lisbon, Leetonia, New Waterford, Rogers, Elkton, West Point, and East Palestine, Ohio. Again, 2 tornado warnings now in effect for portions of eastern, southeastern Ohio. Biggest towns being affected mostly appear to be Miltonsburg, Louisville, Woodsfield. They did update the tornado warning further south here. It doesn't really appear to be rotating as nicely anymore, and it's probably below tornado warning criteria. So I'd imagine they will probably either expire this warning or let the warning expire by itself. But it doesn't really appear to really meet tornado warning criteria at this moment anymore, which is good because there were quite a lot of few towns in that warning polygon. Over here though, I'm still I don't necessarily believe that this really meets tornado warning criteria either. I mean, the hook is outside the tornado warning polygon, at least at the most recent frame, and that rotation is not very good either. I feel like they might be pulling the trigger on this one a little too quickly. But tornado warning does remain in effect for a couple of towns in eastern Oklahoma, or sorry, Ohio. I think the biggest of which appear to be East Rochester, Hanoverton, Lisbon, West Point, East Palestine, Ohio. I'm kind of going based off of which towns look more put together because there's a ton of towns in this warning polygon. Thankfully, the rotation doesn't look as good anymore. It's very short-lived, thankfully. Yeah, I know you can't even really see the hook anymore for oh, never mind. I was going to a higher tilt. I wonder if they saw that on a higher tilt and thought, ooh, we should pull a tornado warning on that one. The surface doesn't really look that good. Yeah, they just pulled the tornado. I think. No, they didn't. I was just a little far back. I forgot that. What's it called? GR2 analyst does not do the same thing that radar scope does. At least I don't think radar scope does it. I can check. Yeah, no, radar scope does not continue the warnings backwards. So, or like if I review the I'll just show you. Watch how, okay, so you see how the tornado warning, you can kind of see like the history of the warnings, when they were issued, when they expire, and stuff like that. Ooh, okay, severe thunderstorm watch now in effect for eastern Ohio and western Pennsylvania. Notice how you can see that warning history though. If you go to radar scope, let me pull up radar scope on the stream real fast. Boom. Oh, that looks a little weird. This is the storm, or this is the supercell towards or in Oklahoma right now, but you don't see the warning history as you go back as you view the radar history, unlike a GR2 analyst, which I do like that about a GR2 analyst, but does throw me off sometimes. Let me switch us back here to GR2 analyst though. Actually, wait. Okay, there we go. That's better. Whenever these tornado warnings expire, or whenever I see that they don't really meet warning criteria anymore, I think we're probably gonna do some forecasting. This one doesn't really meet tornado warning criteria anymore, I don't believe. But this one for Lisbon, Ohio, and the area surrounding does look like it. Does look like it might be approaching tornado warning criteria. I mean, the rotation was there, sort of, but it was broad. I mean, you can tell that there was a very obvious hook on the storm. Um, but then it kind of became rather messy and alpha dominant. We might need to watch it though, because it does have its inflow channel still open, even though it is outflow dominant, and it might be trying to organize back up here again. You kind of see how the velocity is becoming a little bit more organized, sort of. We'll keep an eye on that. But let's go back to um Oklahoma real fast. Unless they expired the warning. Nope, the warning's still there. But we do have a tornado report. I don't think you can see the text for it, but it says tornado report. Tornado reported on the ground, confirmed with photo and video evidence. Location estimated via observer's location and radar. Unclear if tornado was on the ground for the entire duration. Oh man, I am 0 for 2 on these voice cracks. Thankfully, my mic is muted earlier when I had one, but now I'm not so lucky. You can see that rotation there. Certainly see that rotation. Wide inflow channel, very obvious hook echo. Certainly trying. Is certainly trying. On my end, I am going to be watching radar scope for the Ohio storms just to see how they progress. I need to keep a close eye on um, the one that's further north because it does look like it is trying to the Lisbon storm because it does look like it might be trying to rotate again here. The velocity's now crapping out on me again, unfortunately. How's my audio sound? Okay, it's not horrible. I am trying something a bit different where I have my microphone a lot closer because I've noticed it sounds a bit better whenever I have my microphone closer like this. It's good, thank you. I don't know why Radar Scope hates me. It's now lagging very badly for some reason. Wait, whoops. It's being very weird. I don't know why Radar Scope just dislikes me for whatever reason. Here's my phone, but I don't know where I put it. Trying to find it. I think it might be on my chair somewhere, or it might be on the ground. I can't tell. Yeah, I have no idea where my phone is, but I heard it. I definitely heard it. Oh. I found my phone. My phone is always dying. Yeah, I never charge it. I really never charge it, like ever. Currently have myself wrapped in a blanket right now. It's cold. Tornado warning does continue for Logan to slap out. However, the storm does appear like it is mostly remaining in rural areas for now. The tornado warning hasn't been extended for Catasby, Oklahoma, or further south towards Follett or Magoon, Texas. So should be in the clear for at least a couple more minutes. Um, they will probably extend this tornado warning. I do believe that this still meets tornado warning criteria. You can see the rotation there. Not only does the storm have a history of producing a tornado, but also like a confirmed tornado, but also you can see that hook echo there, um, and that rotation as well. It's sort of broadening out here, and it's been doing that over the last couple of minutes, but it certainly, I certainly still think it meets tornado warning criteria. And the storm towards, why is it doing this to me? I need to restart radar scope. I don't know if it's because I'm running out of RAM or something, or if I need to update radar scope. I don't know why it just doesn't like updating. No, I have plenty of memory. I don't know why radar scope dislikes me. I would go back to radar omega, but I also wouldn't go back to radar omega. I don't know why I said that. It was good while it lasted before they fell into corporate greed and also got hacked. That honestly, I don't think anyone uses radar omega anymore. I think it kind of like phased out actually. I think it got replaced by weatherwise, um, WX front, and there's another tool I can't remember. Actually, I might be misremembering. It might have just been weatherwise and weatherfront. They are great tools. They are really great. For the longest time, we haven't really had the most accessible like tools for viewing radar like on the web, like on a web browser. At least individual radar sites. I mean, we could always like view like um MRMS radar, but that kind of sucks. Unless you're trying to view stuff on a broad scale. Um, and weather-wise, and I think WX front also. I think they both closed that gap. Let me check. Did I forget to change the? Oh, I think I forgot to change the name on the Twitch stream. Yeah, I did. keep having to. At this point, I'm just gonna pull up radar scope on my phone. Look at it that way. I lost my phone again. What? Where did it go? Just had it. Oh, there it is. I'm just pulling up radar scope on my phone. I'm not dealing with it anymore. Yeah, they probably will extend this tornado warning, likely for um Catesby, Follett, and Magoon. Catesby, Oklahoma, but Follett and Magoon, Texas, as this couplet moves into Texas before moving back into Oklahoma again. There is a tornado warning in Canada. We can take a look at that real quick, I suppose. Though I don't know if I have access to tornado warnings in Canada or radar sites in Canada on GR2 Analyst. I wonder if this is close enough. I think, yeah, I think this was currently warned right here. You can kind of see that rotation. Yeah, that makes sense. Southern tornado warning in Ohio did expire. There's one still ongoing for the storm in. Oh my gosh, why is it doing this to me? I just want storm relative velocity for eastern Ohio. Rotation doesn't look very good though. Storm does look like it might be struggling a bit, but it certainly does have a hook on it. It does look like it might be trying to inflow dominant again, or develop strong inflow. Sorry, I dropped my phone. Had to pick it back up. Still watching this rotation though. It is weakening and broadening out now. Rotation is weakening here. Still keeping a very close eye on it. We have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. We have a huge severe thunderstorm warning in southeastern Wyoming, almost taking up like the entirety of southeastern Wyoming. We have a little mesoscale discussion for this storm. Let's see. Watch possible cruise supercell in the eastern Oklahoma Panhandle will pose a risk primarily for large to very large hail and damaging wind gusts over the next 1 to 2 hours. Um, the tornado risk with this storm remains more uncertain. Yeah, that makes sense. You have a tornado warning now in effect for Carrick, Stratford, and Mallet, Texas. Again, tornado warning now in effect for Stratford, Texas. Please take shelter immediately if you live in the affected area. Let me see if we can get a better radar site here. Which one is radar scope suggesting? Because these are all super far from the radar site. Boom. Oh wait, that's not working. It is recommending this one. Yeah, look at that rotation there. This is especially one of those storms that you do not want to wait to see the tornado, wait to see or hear the tornado. You certainly do not want to do this, especially with this storm. Given the fact that there's so much hail in this thing is likely very rain wrapped. But it's also super far from the radar site, so we are gonna struggle to actually get very exact details on this storm in particular. But there is a tornado warning for Carrick, Mallet, and Stratford, Texas here. Again, if you live in those affected areas, please take shelter immediately. We'll monitor this supercell closely. It's gonna keep an eye on this storm. See that rotation? It is weakening, broadening out from what we saw previously, but tornado warning does remain in effect for this storm. Again, that's Carrick, Mallet, and Stratford, Texas. We can also take a look at these other storms here. Yeah, I know. Okay, so this tornado warning here, one in mostly rural areas of Oklahoma, kind of dying out. It's getting worse and worse by the minute. I really don't see it lasting a whole lot longer. Um, than the one in Ohio. Let's see. Let me get us over there on the radar. You have a terminal radar we can use, though it is a bit far. I also don't think it offers velocity as a product. Yeah, it does not. Okay. Yeah, there's very minimal rotation on this storm. It's also undergoing a cell merger currently, so I really don't see too much of a tornado potential with this cell in particular any further. So we'll leave this one be. There was a funnel cloud report though. Spotter Network reported from 25067 Buffalo Road. Was a reported funnel cloud, I suppose. Might have been what issued the tornado warning. Tornado warning does remain in effect for Carrick, Mallet, and Stratford, Texas. Again, please take shelter immediately if you live in the affected areas. The storm does look like it is probably weakening below tornado warning criteria. At least it is on that trend. Okay, the storm, um, okay, for some reason, the terminal radar does offer, that terminal radar that we were seeing does offer, it does offer reflectivity or velocity as a product. And the storm is certainly rotating. It's just kind of struggling. But also, again, it is undergoing a cell merger, so I can't really imagine it's going to be too much, uh, too tornadic for too long. still keeping an eye on a lot of these cells here. A lot of severe thunderstorms currently going up across the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. This storm's still tornado warned, and both these storms are still tornado warned. One further east, for right where the panhandle becomes Oklahoma mainland or whatever you want to call it, is kind of struggling. It's really having a hard time. But we do have a couple of severe thunderstorms currently going up here. This one looks like more of a severe damaging wind threat down here. More than anything, 1.25-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts on this storm. This one is being warned for 2.5-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Storm that has this tornado warning on it, currently being warned for 1.25-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. This storm near this other tornado warning, currently being warned for 2-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And this storm with the tornado warning, being warned for 2.75-inch hail and 90-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Ooh, it's quite severe. Let's take a look at up towards Wyoming. Very outflow dominant here. You see this nice bow echo shape. Very indicative of more of a severe damaging wind gust threat than anything. 0.75-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. A couple of severe thunderstorm warnings further north as well. This one in Montana, being warned for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts just to the south of Red Lodge. This one further north, actually two of these further north, outside the marginal risk. Yep, nice discrete storms up in northern Montana. Currently being warned for 1-inch hail and less than 50-mile-per-hour damaging wind gusts. So just severe hail is leading to this severe thunderstorm warning. Thankfully, though, it is in mostly rural areas. Same with this storm as well. Currently being warned for, let's see, 1-inch hail and less than 50-mile-per-hour wind gusts. So both those being warned for just large hail. Let's keep a move on. Let's get our way down to Ohio real fast. Still undergoing that cell merger, and it's really struggling here. It's having a really hard time trying to figure out what it's doing. No clear area of actual rotation just yet. Some might be trying to develop and might be trying to rotate in there, but it's really gonna have a hard time given the amount of cold air and cold, moist air that is currently being ingested by the inflow and the updraft because of the cell merger to the south. Ooh, that looked like it was trying to rotate, but now it's kind of fading off. It didn't really look like it was having too good of a grasp on it. Had a toward possible tag on it. Obviously, it didn't look like it was trying to rotate there. And kind of see that obvious hook echo shape here. I need some sort of drawing tool. I might switch back to Radar Omega just simply to the drawing tool, or I might go to Weather Front. I don't know. WX Front. Or possible hail threat radar indicated max hail 0.75 inch. Wind threat radar indicated 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So mostly just being warned for severe damaging wind gusts. This tornado warning is continuing, surprisingly. Near Lisbon, Elkton, Rogers, West Point, and East Palestine, Ohio. What about the severe thunderstorm just to the southeast of Cleveland? It does appear like it's going to be mostly hail. Yeah. Some large hail, 1 inch hail, and less than 50 mile per hour wind gusts on that storm. Severe thunderstorm warning near Kentucky. Oh, I chose I was confused why my velocity products weren't loading. Because I chose the terminal radar. Probably just being warned for 60 mile per hour wind gusts. Oh, surprisingly 1 inch hail, but also 60 mile per hour wind gusts. So I was right about that. There's a severe thunderstorm warning for eastern Oklahoma. Let's see here. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that might get tornado warned. Look at that. I'm glad I got the jump on it when I did. Look at that RFD surge. Whoo. Look at that. And then the inflow channel is tightening up to kind of occluding it. Severe thunderstorm warning for Hobart, Tahlequah, Park Hill, Woodall, and Zeb. This right here is going to give more of a severe damaging wind gust threat. Strong severe damaging wind gust in there. Let's see. Those are currently being warned for. Currently being warned for 70 mile per hour damaging wind gusts and 1.5 inch hail. Velocity is indicating upwards of 70 to 80 mile per hour damaging wind gusts in that RFD surge there. So I do believe there might be a chance that they do upgrade the severe thunderstorm warning to possibly destructive, give it a destructive tag, and we might need to even watch for a tornado warning, as rotation does look like it could easily develop, given this RFD surge might push enough inflow in to get it rotating. It's kind of like trying to kickstart an engine, sort of. It's the best way I can describe it. You have a tornado warning that does continue for Oklahoma Panhandle and the northern Texas Panhandle. Tornado warning does continue for Mallet and Stratford. I did make it smaller though. Really having a hard time rotating. I really don't think that this tornado warning is going to last much longer. It doesn't really look like it meets warning criteria, at least not anymore. Some of these storms are certainly trying to rotate, like this one right here. This one's certainly trying to rotate. Still trying to rotate up here, though. Even if it doesn't really look that great. It just looks like a big old blob of mostly outflow dominant rain and hail. Wish there's an easier way for me to choose radars. Actually, there is an easier way for me to choose radars if I switch to weather front, which I will probably do. I'll probably do so. Weather front. Actually, yeah, I probably will use weather front because it has like everything in it that I need. GR2 analysis kind of been crapping out on me lately. I'm not gonna lie, or it's been not as great, not as user friendly as I'd like it to. I just realized I was at a higher tilt. I didn't even realize. Look at that rotation there. Yeah, it's certainly getting better. It's certainly getting better, especially at these lower tilts towards the surface. Look at that rotation there. It's still certainly trying to rotate there. I think my little project for today while I'm on stream is probably going to be make my streams look better. Okay, we have another tornado warning now in effect for port somewhere in Oklahoma. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's exactly where I thought it would be. I have a tornado warning in effect for here, this storm right here. Oh wait, choosing the wrong radar site. Look at that. Tornado warning now in effect for Welling, Park Hill, Woodall, Zeb, Keys, Petit. I can't really see what that says. You can see that rotation, rather tight rotation there. Very obvious on NROT as well as velocity. No obvious correlation coefficient drop yet. However, RFD is also very strong as well. So even if there isn't a tornado immediately on the ground, strong damaging wind gusts are certainly still going to be a threat regardless. But you should be taking shelter regardless for the now tornado warning that is currently in effect for Tahlequah, Welling, Park Hill, Woodall, Zeb, Keys, Oklahoma. And please take shelter immediately if you live in the affected area. We'll keep an eye on this, see how it progresses. It's a very photogenic tornado in Beaver, Oklahoma earlier. I'm just not sure why weatherfront's so laggy. It's kind of laggy. There's literally no one watching. Isn't that wonderful? Maybe I should switch gears and just become like an off-road YouTuber, off-road channel. I go off-roading and stuff. That sounds fun. What? That's great. Upper GX crashed on me. Hi, welcome back. Okay, this thing kind of died rather quickly. Became very outflow dominant. I mean, it was already outflow dominant to begin with. It was just very brief spin up, I suppose. We're choking on lettuce. Oh, that's not good. It's really not good. It's not very funny. Why? I didn't think it was funny. That's not good at all. I don't. Are you okay at the very least? That's good. That's good. does appear that there is another tornado warning now for the northern Texas panhandle here. See if I can find a better radar site. I think this one's better. Look at that. You can see that rotation there. See that classic hook right there, and that inflow notch. Certainly rotating. However, it is undergoing a cell merger currently, so it's probably gonna really impinge on its conduciveness for tornadic development. It does appear that there could have been a tornado possibly on the ground. No, never mind. That's clear air. Okay, I don't know. This is not very fun. I'm not gonna lie. Ow, it hurt. Low key, I'm really thinking about just going up to Winter Rock. Over GR2 and let's go. I minimized it by accident. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream here just so I can. I need to work on some things here. Live streaming is, I think, part of the reason why people don't really stay too long because they kind of suck right now. They kind of look like they're bad, but I know that I'm not saying a whole lot. It's because I don't really have a whole lot to say to anyone, but um you know, hmm, we'll see. But I'm gonna cut the live stream short here. So early, yeah. Unfortunately.